Ian, have you had a lot of weird paparazzi moments like the one that I watched earlier today?
Mostly in Paris and London. Like, here, it's like, rarely, it never really happens.
How did that one happen? They just fucking knew that you were hanging out in Fairfax that day?
I wasn't in Fairfax, I was at
Fred
Siegel, and I don't know what the fuck, like...
They just ended up following you out?
Yeah, I was confused. I was interested, so, like, I stuck around until, like, I started getting really uncomfortable, and I showed my gun.
Yeah, what's up with the gun? How does that work?
Would you like to see it?
Yeah.
All right.
Gun check.
Who got the gun?
Xavier, take your gun out, too. Yeah, no, we're going to check his gun out, I think. So when did you get a gun? How did this happen?
I always be having guns.
Oh, since you were young?
No, that's when I was young. I said about like 2 years ago, I just get random guns from people. Like,
Really?
Because I fuck with like a lot of hood niggas.
I've noticed that, yeah. Are you really roommates with Fredo now?
Yeah.
How the fuck is that?
Me and Fredo have been like, it sounds weird, but like that's been my best friend since like 3 years ago. Like before I even got like
sublet in Fredo's
really popping.
Right. Is he a weird one to like hang out with on a regular basis? Is he
Nah,
fucking...
he's really smart. Like he's not like, oh.
Here we go. First time we ever had a gun on the podcast. We had people hitting dabs, all kinds of shit. Imagine he shot somebody or himself, even worse.
Oh, my feet.
There you go.
Yeah, this is my gun.
Wow. So is this licensed?
Yes.
It's cool. Like,
It's cool, yeah.
It's fine.
I'm sure the cops aren't gonna fuck with you because, like, you know, it's a fashion accessory, right?
Yeah, exactly.
How do you know? How do you know Shane?
Boyfriend.
Yeah, we've been like dating for a while. No, I'm just kidding. I don't know. Fuck. We like skated together in middle school, and like our parents were friends when we were like even littler. And then, fuck, I don't know. We rode bikes forever in middle school too, and then he stopped, and I just kept going, and
I only started riding bikes because everyone quit skating. I did not want to skate alone.
Yeah,
so I had
and
to get a
like
bike.
I don't know. We fucking, I don't know. All like best friends through high school, just fucking partner in crime, killing it everywhere. I don't know.
Did you always know that you wanted to do the fashion thing? Do you have like specific memories when this first kind of struck your imagination?
I have one memory in like 7th grade, and it was I had been waiting like months to get a Bape hoodie, like the full zip shark ones.
Yeah.
And I finally got one in middle school, and I just wore it, and I liked it so much that I just started drawing my own hoodies, like in math class.
So you started like thinking
paper.
about it before it was even like realistic for you to try it at all?
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay. And then
I had no idea how to make clothes when I was that young.
So Shane, you back when you first started making T-shirts, what was kind of like the idea of your first brands that you were doing and shit?
There really was no idea behind it. It was just graphics that seemed like relevant at the time.
Was it supposed to be like a skate brand at the time?
I don't really know what it was. I guess it was streetwear, you know, to an extent, but it was just really...
It was streetwear.
Yeah, it's just streetwear. Just different graphics, and you flip it, put, you know, whatever you want to on there, really.
You mentioned Bape. What other brands were you into early on?
The first brands was Bape, Ice Cream, and Mastermind. Well, and like Billionaire Boys Club.
And you're only 20 right now, so what year are we talking?
I just turned 21.
Oh, you just did. All right.
July
Congratulations.
15th. Thank you.
Otherwise, I wouldn't let you have that beer there. Or the gun. So what music were you listening to around that time, too? Was that always a big impact on you?
Middle school, let me see. The time when I started making clothes, that was very like Kanye, Pharrell, all that cool shit at the time. And then Tony Hawk soundtracks.
Yeah.
Tony Hawk soundtracks are life.
He said he got into punk rock through the Tony Hawk soundtrack. Is there any specific artists that stand out from that time period?
My favorite was Dead Kennedys.
Okay.
Like growing up.
Yeah.
Because
Rage Against the Machine.
Yeah, and I like the Addicts because I had one friend, this kid named Carlos. He was like 4 feet tall, and he was just super punk in middle school. Yeah.
Why do you think so many fucking Hispanic kids in LA and shit end up loving old hardcore and metal and shit?
They feel.
I really don't know.
I know why.
Why?
They feel harder than most.
They feel harder?
Yeah, like they're more like what? Oh.
He actually sounds kind of. For some reason, his kind of sounds fine far away, and I don't know.
Pause.
Pause.
Yeah. But not like Morrissey, like his biggest like fan base consists of Mexicans.
Yeah, what is that?
And that's very emotional. Same thing with hardcore. Like I grew up in the hardcore scene.
You did grow up in it, because I was wondering how you got into like Gorilla Biscuits and all this shit, because that's like what I grew up listening to too.
Like,
yeah.
I was Title Fight, Tat, but I was into Bad T before I was into Title Fight, and that's the same band besides the drummer.
You gotta watch What's Up Rockers.
What's that?
It's basically
it's not that cool. It's cool.
It's
but
cool.
It's
it wasn't
not,
like that, but it's basically
it's
like based off these 8 like Mexican kids that grew up in South Central, and they're just like really punk kids that grew up skateboarding, and they just get into all sorts of trouble in LA. They go up to Beverly Hills and like fuck these white bitches.
Right.
And that's pretty sick.
Yeah, you know when I interviewed...
That's inspiration.
When I interviewed Black Man, he told me that him and Ian Connor fucked white bitches in like a barn.
Oh, man, that's too rare. Black Man, I miss him.
You remember Black Man back in the day? It was
Yeah.
shady-ass BMX dude Desmond from Brooklyn.
Bro.
Have I met him?
Nah, he's OD sus, bro. That's my nigga. I used to be my around. When I was used to skating, like, I used to skate at
Yo, we gotta make them
skate
shut up
park.
over there. They're being too loud.
Hey, it's
Thanks.
this skate park called Hazard County. I used to skate at.
In
Black
Atlanta,
Man
right?
was there. Yeah.
And he was like, he had to escape
had
from
a
the
job
law for a
there.
little bit or some shit, yeah.
Yeah, he had a job there. Like, he was just that nigga. He just came and took over. It's fucking bitches. That's why I didn't get no pussy. Huh?
In Barnes?
That's like an empty warehouse. He farted on the bitch's forehead, bro. Yeah.
Would you say that both of you guys fall into the category of not really getting chicks before you like started popping or whatever?
Yeah, that's
Ian's
for
an animal.
sure.
I've seen him fuck like 8 girls in the same day.
Really? 8?
I'm not even trying to blow the spot.
That would tire me out real fucking quick. Xavier's like that too. Just crazy OD with like multiple girls in one day. Fucking rappers, dude.
Nah, I don't know.
Ian's a rapper, low key.
I'm a rapper.
He's got the rapper on the inside.
Rapper persona, even if he ain't really rapping. Yeah, it don't matter.
But I don't know. Yeah, I wasn't getting girls before I was cool, but it's like I don't know. I just know that's life. It's not like I'm mad. Like of course it does kind of like get to me. I'm like I'm the same, but I understand how shit goes, so I don't really.
Mike Jones back then. Just play that.
Really give a fuck.
How would you describe how he does with the ladies?
Shane?
Yeah, he kills it
man.
or not? He's acting low key right now.
I don't talk about
Shane, stay with a Mexican. He stay with a Mexican or an Asian.
Yeah.
What are you, like half Mexican, half white or something?
full Mexican.
Full Mexican,
It's
right?
full, Holmes.
Damn, all right. I'm talking about Mexican people like in hardcore, like I'm not directly speaking about you. He's playing with his hair and shit over here.
That's hot.
Yeah. So you say he gets a lot more girls than you, though?
Oh, way more.
Yeah.
But I'm very low key about it. I don't tell nobody.
He is the opposite of low key about it.
He'll fuck a girl. He'll come over and just, yo, I just had the stupid fatty. This shit was a large. I just don't say anything.
Ian, so when you're shouting out girls on Instagram and just saying like, yo, I want her or whatever, like does
Those
that
are the
work?
ratchets who do not know.
Those are the fatties.
Those are the ones. Those are the
larges.
strippers who don't know who the fuck I am, and
Really?
because I only follow I only follow bitches that I know who don't give a fuck who I am, or like don't know who I am, because it's just like more cooler.
Yeah.
And
So
then
I
they
follow
see
ratchet
1,000
strippers.
little kids that look up to Ian tweeting her, and they're like, "Who is this Ian guy?"
Yeah, like the Charisse Rose.
That's the new one from the paparazzi
Man,
video.
yeah.
Did she get at you already?
I'm making a porno with
That's the
her.
August issue.
Really?
Yeah, I'm about to get into the adult industry. Yeah.
Dude, I mean,
We gonna sign him a deal.
if you want to get some more press, that's the way. You know, everybody
Fuck the
blows
press.
up off
I
a
just
fucking
wanna
sex tape.
Make a porno. Like, I want to. Why
Have
not?
you ever had a dick pic leak? Either of you?
Nah.
I've never sent a dick pic.
Nah,
because
I've
of that
never
reason.
even
Because if it
taken a
leaks,
dick pic.
then it's over.
Not
That's
even.
not cool to me.
I
No.
could leak a picture of Shane's dick. So.
Really? You've got some? That's tight.
Fuck.
Because even like,
Pause.
not even on Snapchat, the 1 or 2 seconds. That's the only way I ever did it. I sent like the 1 second on Snapchat.
Nope.
You getting drunk and turning up?
Yeah, I was in Barcelona, bored as
Just
fuck.
probably
and I was-
pictures of me like drunk and naked running around the street or something.
That's different. Not having that a whole.
I've never like thought about like I'm about to snap
full,
my dick
not
up.
full dick. No.
Yeah, as a guy, you're not really naked unless your dick's hard. You know, I'm not like embarrassed to have my. Well, I don't know. I got to rethink that.
Shout out Justin.
Oh yeah.
Who's Justin? Some guy.
Justin
who-
Kunkel's the Canyon Lake legend.
Yeah.
He's a
Okay.
god.
Back home.
Nice.
He'll get naked anyway.
He got drunk and jumped through like 8 or 9 tables in one night, and we caused like $15,000 worth of damage to this house, and he had to pay for it all.
So you drink a lot? You party a lot?
Not really anymore.
Really?
Shane is a dad now.
Is he? And you're the
I
kid?
got priorities now.
His brother doesn't even want to hang out with him anymore.
Yeah.
Really? So you're getting boring in your old 21-year-old age?
I don't know. I guess.
Shit. He be trying to force the turn.
But they just be going to hip hop shows and stuff, and I don't know any of those songs, so I just stay away from them.
You don't need to know the shows. He goes to hardcore shows. I see him at all kinds of weird shit.
I take him to hardcore
He goes
shows.
everywhere.
Yeah.
Yeah, I go anywhere like that.
Turnstile. That was my
like,
favorite show.
Wherever like I'll go to a jazz show. I'm like, damn, I'm really fucking with this jazz. Like, let's find a jazz.
Playboy
show.
Jazz Festival.
You seem like you get a real kick out of like going to like weird shit that people wouldn't expect you to go to, and then you got the photo there, and they're just like confused and shit.
Yeah, because like, no, I don't do it for like the shock value or like, oh, you fuck with this. It's like shit that I'm genuinely interested in. Like, I'm interested in everything in this world. Like I would go to a country show. If I hear one cool country song I like, I would go to a country show.
I'm staying away from country.
I don't fuck with country. I've never done that, but I would.
But it would be cool to like have a better like grasp of it. I was in the barber shop.
Stagecoach is lit.
Yeah, we're going to Stagecoach this year.
What's that?
It's all MILFs. All country MILFs.
Fucking cowgirls all
and like
over the
little
place.
booty denim shorts.
Beer.
Straw hats.
Short skirts.
You guys consider yourself
shorts.
Do you guys have types? You consider yourself to have a type of
I
girl
love a
you like?
ratchet with a
Just
fat
ratchet?
ass. Yeah.
Nice.
Shane likes Latinas and I guess
Latinas and Asian girls.
Whatever.
I don't do very well with Asian girls though.
Why not?
I don't know.
That shit I never got.
I'm kind of too scared to approach most girls.
You like
like
black girls the most though?
I love human girls.
That's a fact.
Human girls.
Anything with a fat ass.
I love human girls with fat asses.
Yeah. Well, I was in a barbershop recently, like maybe a year ago, and all the fools in it just started talking about Garth Brooks and how much they love Garth Brooks and naming off all these different Garth Brooks songs. And these are all like scary looking white dudes with like face tattoos and shit like that. And they just started having the shit, and I fucking started to feel like, damn, I like missed out on something culturally. Like I want to know about Garth. I'm sure Garth Brooks has good
like
songs.
The country version of Morrissey.
I don't know if I would go that far. Garth Brooks is like the biggest like recording artist of all time.
Yeah, I think there's probably like 2 or 3 Garth Brooks songs we know.
Yeah, there was a long time that Garth Brooks was selling like.
I need to hear Garth
20
Brooks'
million
most
and
popular
shit.
song.
Huh?
And then I might do it.
Achy Breaky Heart was Billy Ray Cyrus.
That was Miley
Cyrus's dad. When's Ian Connor gonna fuck Miley Cyrus?
It's coming soon. We waiting on it.
Really?
Yeah, it's coming.
I seen a picture with her armpit hair dyed purple.
Fire.
Can you fuck with that?
Nah, I
can't.
don't like her at all, bro.
Why not?
She just not. I have no interest whatsoever, sexually, mentally, emotionally.
Have you ever met her?
Nah, I don't.
I'm trying to meet her. She
She used
seems
to
cool.
hang out with Wiz back
Yeah.
in those days, so I was working for him, but it's like, this shit is whack.
You and Wiz still cool?
He's straight, he's cool,
Or
just...
did something weird happen at some point where you guys stopped hanging out?
Nah, I don't know, I'm too, like, consumed on some shit where I'm trying to, like, build a legacy rather than money, and I feel like that's industry shit. You get what I'm saying?
When
It's
you were
like-
on tour with him and stuff, you felt like you were just kind of doing a job? And
Yeah, exactly. It wasn't like, for me to even accept the job in the first place, it wasn't like the money was cool, but it's like, all right, this is why I'm actually changing. Like, I'm changing something, which I did, but
But what do you feel like you were changing? Just his image and shit?
yeah, like, his image overall, like, I don't know, like the Wiz that people used to be attracted to or whatever. I was like trying to bring back a factor of that, but
Right.
in a new way, like a rebirth or whatever, a proper. But it just like, it was just some industry shit like that I didn't appreciate. Like,
What, you had
me
to
and
deal with a
Shane
lot
would
of
design
bullshit?
something cool as fuck, right? And then
So you were in on this too? You were helping out with this whole project?
yeah.
I was
Okay.
doing the creative direction
Yeah.
side.
Okay, tight.
So like
I
we'd
still
do like
that actually.
yeah, but like do something cool, and then there'll be something. All right, $300,000. Let's do this collab with this fucking brand in Paris, and then it's like yeah, okay. Like, where's my check? And like that shit kind of sucks. Like, if we're doing all this cool shit, like, you know how mad I get. Like, I'll see flyers with him with a Boy London hat on. After everyone's like, it just sucks. Like, that shit, like, I'd rather work for someone who has, like, a clean slate.
Wait,
That's
so you
all.
felt like you needed more control? There was too many fucking cooks in the kitchen trying
Yeah,
to
it
fuck
was
with
just too
shit?
much. It was like money. Like,
what happens
all
when
right,
you
if
deal
you
with
have
bigger
a
labels.
certain amount of money already, and like either you better focus on like being cool or whatever, leading on that legacy or whatever that you trying to like blase blah that we're working on, or just be focused on that money and then just sell yourself to any and everyone. Like, that seems.
So you're much more into working with somebody like Cardi, who's like a fresh slate?
Yeah, and Rocky, like, that's like my father, or whatever, that's my father figure, and on top of that, it's like, he taught me, like, he schooled me on all this shit, and it's like no wrong. Like,
You said in that complex thing that he's your manager. What kind of management shit does he do for you?
I signed to him last year in Paris, actually, like, a little while after my 21st birthday. And, like, with that consists of, he has, like, my career for, like, the next 4 years or whatever, and it's, like, all my jobs, or, like, say, for instance, if it's something going on for, like, let's just call it Brent, like Dior or something like that, he'll put me on the job.
Okay. So he just looks out for you in general?
Yeah, and like make sure that all my business is straight. Based off, I've been gone this long, like I've been around or whatever since I was like 18, 19.
Right.
And it's just like shitty deals that I get myself into. Like, yeah, I look cool, but like where the fuck is my check? Or like where's, you know what I'm saying?
So does it give you a lot more leverage when you're dealing with somebody like him who's like so established that nobody fucks with him on a money level?
Yeah. So it's like he makes sure all my...
Don't get taken advantage of.
Yeah, I don't get taken advantage of.
What's your experience been like working with Rocky?
Same thing. He's just like a bigger brother who just really looks out.
And he's still like a chill ass person even after all the fame and everything.
That's like my favorite person to work with.
Really?
Yeah.
And it's cool based off he like out of all people, like he took in like me and Shane, or he has enough faith in me to wherever I bring to the table. Like Shane was the first person I ever brought to the table.
We would go to New York and work all night and then just sleep on his floor all day and then get up and keep working for like a week straight.
That sounds amazing. How did you meet Rocky back in the day, or who was the first member of ASAP you met?
It was initially like Ills and Josh and Nas, and I always like I never looked up to anyone, like basically anyone at all besides like dead people or whatever. But it's like I never looked up to anyone at ASAP. I was like, yo, this is cool. Some niggas on the same shit I'm on. Like this was before like the transition in fashion, like people trying to stand out.
You didn't think of ASAP as being like this high fashion related thing?
No. It's like, yo, these niggas on the same shit I'm on. Like everyone wasn't so fashion forward. People would want pieces. Like the hood niggas would want their Louis belt, the blase blah blah blah. But like this before everyone was so fashion forward. So I was like, oh, these niggas on the same shit I'm on. But I always looked up to ASAP Bari.
Right. Yeah, that's
like,
your man, right?
Like like relate on a different scale. Like just all around. So then from there, like I see Rocky, it's like, all right, whatever. It's like Rocky, cool, whatever. Like,
but he was just one of the. This was before he started popping, right?
Nah, Rocky was popping.
So you
Rocky
met him after the first single and everything?
Yeah. Rocky was popping. Like this is during the mixtape days.
Okay.
However, Rocky told me he used to then fuck with me. He was like, who the fuck is this little nigga? I was like, I never like cared or whatever in the first place. But then like Rocky started like seeing shit in me as far as like creatively. So then he's like, yo, bring you on tour, blah blah. Like you ASAP, like you been ASAP, you my little brother, blah blah. And then like it was cool. Like I was the first person that he signed. I found that like I was like, damn, like you really put that much into me. Like these niggas have been around you your whole life.
So you were around Yams a lot too, or you mostly like chilling with Rocky?
Yeah, Yams saved me a lot. Like
saved you in what way?
Like just on some shit, like I'll just do lame, like not lame shit, but like let's say like if I have to be somewhere at a certain time or I'll miss flights, blah blah blah. Like Yam's always like, yo, you know Ian is different. Based off, I always go like what's in my head. Like I don't really necessarily care, but he taught me to be more like considerate, blah blah blah. And it's politics to a lot of shit.
In the music industry and the fashion industry and shit. Yeah.
Yeah, it's politics to a lot of shit. I can't just always necessarily do.
You can't just act the way you fucking want and flip out and yell at somebody, right?
Yeah.
You make a lot of like. You got any regrets from like kind of shit you did early on? This goes for both of you guys.
No, not really. Based off, I came into the game with the like I don't give a fuck factor in the first place, so not much is gonna hurt me at all. Like I'm always gonna be straight.
Were you friends with Yams?
Yeah, I met Yams. Actually, Yams was one of the first. He was the first person I have ever met out of entire ASAP.
Really?
Before Ian as well.
Right. Yeah.
And he just. That's when I was making T-shirts back then, and he was like hit me up over Twitter and said he wanted some, and then that's when I went to the show and like I just brought all of them shirts, and Yams would always wear them, and then we had like that reunion when Ian brought me to Rocky's house in New York, and we saw each other for the first time again in like a year and a half maybe, and then we were just working real close on like merchandise and like artwork for the new single Pretty Flacco too.
Right. Do you remember how it felt when you found out that Yams died?
I was in London.
We were together when it happened.
Yeah.
He had found out I was still asleep. This was my first time in London. This was the first morning in London that I got there.
Right.
I was asleep, and he started just shaking me when I was asleep, and he was saying, like, telling me the news. I just like brushed it off, like, yo, I'm going to sleep.
You thought it was a joke or something?
Yeah, I mean, honestly, I was still half asleep.
Like, it was
kind of unbelievable, and then he just kept shaking me like, yo, this shit just happened, and then just kind of sat there in silence for a while.
Really? So that's how you guys dealt with it? You didn't cry or freak out? You just kind of just didn't even know how to feel?
It's a part of life. Yeah. Like, I've always had that mindset. Like, my mom could die. Like, God forbid, knock on wood, but it's like, it's a part of life. And you're born to die. So I'm not about to dwell on it too hard. I'm like, damn, I reminisce on something.
Right.
But nothing's going to stop me for a day or a week. Like, that person's dead. Like,
you didn't even get slowed down by when he passed? You didn't even...
I mean, it was just a very silent room for a while. Like, maybe 20 minutes.
Like,
just
why would I?
Damn.
That's what he doesn't want that. He didn't want that. It's like he left a legacy that we have to continue going. Like, ain't no need in mourning or nothing like that. Like I said, you can reminisce, like, damn, I miss. It's certain shit that somebody would say. I'm like, yo, fucking Yams would kill his ass. Like, just laughing. Like, I can just imagine him joking, but I can't be like, damn, yo, my nigga dead, bro. Like, damn. Like, I can't do that because that's the point of life, is to fucking die and whatever else
live
is
it up
in
until
between.
you die, right?
Exactly.
You feel scared of dying?
Fuck no. I don't care.
I used to.
What changed?
I don't know. You just start to realize it's going to happen regardless, so...
I think, tell me if I'm wrong, but a lot of times, like for me and for a lot of people I think are like successful at a young age or like really hardworking, it's like I've always had this idea in my head that I'm like, yo, like I don't know how long I'm going to be alive, and I don't know like if this is going to all be over soon. So I got to go hard every day because like if I waste a day and just like lay in bed all day and don't get something done, then it's just like, what the am I really even showing respect for my own fucking life right there?
Yeah.
You know?
That's what I stress. Like, that's like one of my main things is like making sure like that all these kids, as far as like with me and Shane, it's always been mutual. Like, Shane has been like my first, like, as far as like co-signing, blah, blah, blah. Like, I used to then fuck with nobody. Like, kids that at me, I used to be on my fake rare shit. Like, only my niggas and bitches I'm fucking, but I'm not friendly with nobody.
Right.
But it's like I had to realize like Shane was like special, so why not like bring him to like, you feel me, give him my opportunities or shit that I want to do that I necessarily can't do based off I'm already stuck in the lane or blah, blah, blah.
Did you know that he was special before you even met him, just from seeing his pieces?
Yeah, I knew it from Stay Dirty based off he had a no limit chain. That's how we even met. He had a no limit chain.
Yeah, so basically
that's why he's Shane No Limit in my phone.
I had a No Limit Records like gold chain.
Yeah.
And he had just randomly commented on the photo and said, "Sell me this or give me this." And I was like, yo, who's this?
And that's how you guys joined forces right there? Yeah.
It was like a small
We met in Texas, though, for the first time.
Yeah. So how'd you meet Cardi?
Cardi, like, the same way, like, kind of Xavier, like, it's like a friendship before I knew their music. So Cardi was again, like, I always meet people through, like, weird things. Like, Cardi had a shirt that I wanted. Out of all people, he had a shirt that I wanted.
And so this is kind of a common thread for you, that if you see somebody with something that you like, you'll just kind of tell them you like it so much that then you guys become friends?
Yeah, I appreciate anybody with style. Like, that's my thing. So, like, he had a shirt. And then, like, he started rapping, and, like, he'll send me his links, and I don't click on it. Like, I don't care. Like, you're my friend. But then, like, my old assistant was playing his shit. I was like, who the fuck is this? He's like, yo, this is Cardi. I was like, oh, shit. I'm like, Cardi, you with me from now on. Like, I had to go, like, 3 songs. It was his voice that stood out. And I was like, yeah, like, you with me from now on. And
was it a similar experience with Xavier? You just heard his music, and you were like, I want to meet this motherfucker?
I knew Xavier based off, like, the whole ASAP, like, Virgil clan beef.
Yes,
but even though he wasn't clan anymore, it just, like, all right, like, he's in the city, I'm in the city. I actually fucked him. I fucked with his vision, I came here technically by myself, like, pussy ass, like, assistant, and
no, it was funny because you were sitting in the corner charging your phone. Yeah, with her too. Yeah, and I listened to a podcast with her the other day. Actually, what's her name again?
Justine Scott.
Yeah, she's dope.
Yeah.
But so you guys had to kind of meet on some like weird gang truce shit. Where I remember like when you guys were supposed to meet up, like it was kind of like a weird tension where Xavier was like, I don't know like how he's gonna come.
Yeah,
at
like
me or
when
whatever.
I'm on. Yeah, that's the same when I followed him. I fucked with his pictures. It was his vision that I fucked with. I didn't know none of his music, nothing. And then even after we were friends, like that whole time, it took me like 3-4 months in until I heard the Xavier song. I was like, who is this?
So you don't really have like a strong desire to check out the music of people that you meet?
Nah.
Do you not listen to a lot of like new rap in general?
Nah, I really don't care. I'm not a hipster, but I'm faking I'm a hipster. Because, like, I don't want to listen to shit like that everyone's hyping because a lot of times it's not what it lives up to be.
Right.
So I just just stay on my old shit, like my old jazz, or listen to like hardcore, or listen to Morrissey, the Smiths, blah blah blah. And if I naturally hear something, I'm like, yo, what is this? Like, one of my favorite songs right now is "Sweeter Man" by Drake, and I would not even listen to that shit. So I'm like, everyone's hyping it, but I had to hear it in the other room. I was like, what song is this?
So do you take an active role in styling Cardi as well? Is that something you just take a lot of pleasure in doing for somebody like him?
Yeah, he's a country
nigga. You guys share clothes, no?
Yeah, no, I give
one
him
big
all,
closet.
I give him all my old like pieces. Like, I'm over a lot of shit.
Right.
So, like old Margiela, old rap that he raps about and shit.
See, what about Xavier, where he doesn't really like wear any like fashion forward type shit, but then all of a sudden you got him in what'd you say in the Instagram?
It was
caption? Vintage
Raf,
yeah.
It's pieces that fit him. Like, it was you remember the Raf cutoff flannel shit? The flannel with the dress shirt sleeves with the oversized hood? Whatever. But it was that.
I kind of remember.
Like, it
There's
fits
several
him.
Raf pieces that look like that.
It was 2002, 2003 archive.
Consumed?
Yeah, it was Consumed. It came from Consumed Collection. It was an archive piece.
Oh, shit, yeah. Nah,
They have encyclopedic knowledge about this topic.
I tried to get it off to New York one time.
So, yeah, it fit him. Like, I wouldn't try to pit him like, yo, let me put you in this box logo because you look cool. It's like, this Raf piece, like, Raf is universal.
Right.
Like, it's for everyone. Like, he makes the darkest pieces, the happiest pieces, like, for everyone.
Raf gets hated on a lot because...
Why is that?
I think it's because he became, with the Adidas collab, it just became very mainstream, and thanks to people like Ian and Rocky, like, that shoe became very popular. Mm-hmm. So everyone just wants to affiliate Raf with this one fucking shoe that he did in 2014-15, but they don't know shit about where he started, like 90s and early 2000s. Like, early 2000s, like, his most inspirational shit. Like, it's just on a whole nother level, and that inspired, like, several other designers after him. Uh-huh. But they're just going to continue to hate on him because they think, fuck Raf Simons and fuck this shoe. But they don't know nothing about his history.
And not even knowing
that's
that
what
he's
really
over
matters.
Himself, he sees how this is going, like, the way that this shit... He's just over it.
And so is that rough for you, kind of constantly being in the position where if you start fucking with something that isn't necessarily hugely popular, it's almost guaranteed to get a big bump in hipster popularity? And then does that change how you view it, where all of a sudden you're like, I don't know if I want to fuck with this shit because all of a sudden I made it significantly bigger?
Yeah, that hurts me, but I understand, like, when I think about it, it's like I didn't do anything but put myself in this position. So it's like, fuck it. You get what I'm saying? And just be more smart. So, like, with Rocky, stop wearing Hood by Air, you get what I'm saying? Or, like, him stop wearing, like, certain Supreme outside of the house.
Right.
Or, like, wears cameras around and shit like that. Based off, he's not getting a check off them. He's not getting money from them.
You get money from Supreme?
Nah, I had a job, a creative direction job. Like, when I was 20, me and Bari.
Yeah,
but, like, now I don't get shit except for free clothes now. But
you just love that brand so much.
Yeah, it's a part of me.
Why do you think that they're the one streetwear brand that seems like they'll never be able to take a loss or, like, just be whack at any point?
It's how they present themselves.
Yeah, from the don't give a fuck factor. Like, either way, we were good with or without you guys' money because we already had our foundation. We already had our crowd. So,
how'd that Pink Dolphin collab go for you?
Oh, it went good as far as the money and as far as, like, you feel me, doing what I had to do. As, like, I don't give a fuck about fashion. I care more about style.
Right.
Like, so
it was
all
showing
this shit
people
was,
that we could do things like that.
Right.
And still make an impact.
But was that a tough decision with you because they don't necessarily have, like, the strongest brand like the way that a Supreme does?
Yeah, me and Shane were laughing about it, and then it's like fuck it. Like, fuck it. Like,
why not?
We can wear whatever the fuck that we want. Like,
you're in a unique position because you're kind of in a place where you could push a brand that people don't necessarily fuck with, and then if they don't like it, like, I think that's why people are so attracted to you guys, is because you can take the role of just saying, like, fuck it, I'll wear whatever the fuck I want. And you've shown that by wearing stuff, like, intentionally that was not the cool new shit, you know, like the Skechers thing that everybody wants to talk about. But that's such an extreme example, and that, like, they call it performance art in that complex piece, and that's, like, exactly what I was thinking when I first saw it too. I was like, this is like a fucking experiment that Ian is doing with everybody else's brain.
Skechers sales went up too.
They did? Can we confirm that?
He has a picture of the sales charts.
Yeah, they're number 2.
Like
they passed Jordan Brand.
And just like,
that'd be the illest shit. The illest form of, like stock manipulation ever is if you had bought a shitload of Skechers stock and then sold it right after you.
Yeah, that's what the fuck I should. You see, I'm not as advanced like that.
Wolf of Wall Street shit. Yeah.
Yeah. Can I smoke a cigarette?
Yeah. Look at this ugly motherfucker.
How you doing?
I think he's good looking.
Do you think so? How would you describe his style? all black mall goth.
Straight to the point.
Check out the back.
Oh shit! Well, this is a new
That's
collab
fire.
piece. Show the camera, X.
What shoes are those? Because I really like the shoes, to be honest. Are those campers?
Let me see the shoe. I want to see if it's the ones you came over with the other day.
Yeah, it is.
Fire.
It is. He came over the other day just showing me these and
They
telling
feel
me how
real
much they
good.
cost and everything.
They feel real good, and
I've
I
never
found
heard of
them,
these
like,
before, but
I like
these are
these because
fire.
like I ain't see nobody with like you know what I mean. Like I just walked by the store and I looked and I was like,
Well,
You got to get a check
let,
from that.
yeah. Let me ask you very, very briefly before Ian comes back from a cigarette break. How do you do you remember how you met him and what did you think of him right away?
yeah, we met here. Met because of Twitter. He followed me on Twitter one day, and then I was like, what? And then I hit up Eddie Baker and I was like, hey, bro, Ian, just follow me. He was like, see what's up, and I was like, yeah, bet. So then hit up Ian, DM'd him. And I was like, what's good? And he was like, nothing. I fuck with your vision. The same shit he was saying.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, bet. Then let's meet up when you get back. And then we met up right here. And then it was all good. It was cool.
And we went to a
Pulled
Young
up.
Lean show for the record.
Huh?
We went to a Young Lean show immediately
Yeah,
after.
we went to a Young Lean show that night after we met.
And me and him,
show?
And we just
it was at the
Troubadour?
Roxy, I think. Or no, what was it?
Nah, it
The
was
shit on
Troubadour.
Sunset.
Oh, he
Troubadour.
did two back to
Something
back.
like that.
I went to the one at the Troubadour.
Okay.
It was
Yeah.
the day before he had the meet and greet.
I just,
Wait, no, I was there. 'Cause I went
it
with
was the
Ian
day.
to that
Yeah,
one.
okay, yeah. So I must have met you then too. You know what was real funny about it was him and Chris Travis in back eating all the fruit.
Yeah, me, Chris, and Eddie eating all the food. We ate all of Young Lean.
There was a whole fruit plate.
I just want to let you know we tore up that whole platter, my nigga.
I looked over and all the
Appreciate that
fucking
shit.
grapes were gone, dude. I was just like,
the
damn.
watermelon, the grapes, and the pineapples.
No wonder those boys are so sad. They got all their fruit took.
Yeah, that's true, bro.
That makes sense.
Hey, thank you, Xavier, for the great cameo. I had more shit I wanted to ask about Xavier or about Ian though. I wanted to ask him like how he feels, like if he feels comfortable being styled or taking input, because he is like the least receptive to criticism or input of anyone I've ever met. Yeah, he don't want to hear shit from anybody about nothing. Is it weird for you approaching
That's good.
somebody like
That's
him
a
who's
good
a
thing.
fucking hard-headed, gangbanger, acting like a hard ass?
Nah, it's cool. Like I feel like
You just go right behind the mic. at least.
most of my friends, however, are friends that people expect me to have, like Fredo or Xavier. Like it was a big deal, just me like listening to Xavier, especially like us fucking with each other based off he's supposedly everything I'm against. You feel me? And me like I'm so mainstream. So what the fuck am I paying attention?
Do you feel like you get judged as being mainstream
I don't care. Like I really
compared to
don't-
somebody like him?
I really don't pay attention to that shit. Like
Yeah.
I genuinely do not.
Who's got
give
more
a
followers?
Him or X? I think X got. Lillian's
what?
killing him.
Yeah, bro, that's crucial. Like, I don't care. So it's like, yo, I befriend anyone like that. I find it interesting. You get what I'm saying? Like, everyone in my life, like, I handpicked. It was never like, yo, I can do this for you, blah, blah. Like, I just bypass that shit. Like,
Right.
if it's not natural, if I don't see something in someone, then I'm not gonna fuck with them. So with Xavier, I genuinely, like, enjoy his music. And he be on some real shit. Like, he be schooling me, like, as far as like he's against guns. And I beat a nigga ass with my bare hands. Like that shit is like so fucking cool to me. Like,
That make you want to put the hammer away?
No, not really. Based on like I know I'm small and like that hammer is like, you feel me?
But so, could you imagine the situation in which you really had to shoot somebody? Because I don't know.
We got,
mean,
we
for
got in
me,
a
I
fight
don't know.
together in Texas.
You got in a fight together.
You remember at the Thrasher show? It was just this one big brawl,
Oh yeah.
and
Nah,
Ian
that was
had fell over, and it was just a mess. It was just a bunch of people swinging on
You
each
saved
other.
his ass, or who?
No, it
what
was an
happened?
ASAP. It was an ASAP thing. It was with the security. You talking
Yeah,
about
security
at
wouldn't
Thrasher?
let one of us up, and then next thing I know, he was swinging at the security guard.
It's
Yeah,
always
it
the
was-
shit, huh? It's
yeah.
always the security, huh?
But nah, it's like, bro, like, oh yeah, if I had to shoot someone, yeah, honestly, I would. It's a fucking life, bro. Like, fuck it. Like, if it's your time, if it's coming from me, or you choking on a peanut, like anything, like, if it's your time, it's your time. So if that just happens, if I'm feeling that way, you're feeling that way, and things lead on to the nets, like, yeah, of course I would shoot someone. Like,
See, I've never heard anyone talk so nonchalantly about murder, but I'm feeling it. I think it's cool.
He's never killed anyone yet.
Not yet.
yeah,
not
I've never
yet.
killed anyone, but it's like I'm not looking forward to. But it's like if it comes down to it, it's like why not? Like
If it's you or them.
no, yeah, I'm not gonna. I would try to diffuse the situation based off like I understand like I still have my life to live and all of that. But if it comes down to it, yeah, honestly, I wouldn't. I wouldn't have any remorse or regret or.
Either of you guys ever get beat up?
My brothers like Nas, Bari, but I've never been beat up by some miscellaneous nigga.
I've never
in
been beat
my
up, but I got
fucking-
punched in the face.
No, I've never.
Were you there?
Was that at Catherine's house that night?
Yep.
Yeah.
I took this kid's girlfriend from him.
Do you do this a lot? He just freezes.
Maybe I don't really pay attention to their boyfriends anymore, but at this point, I was intentionally doing it, and then I got punched in the face for it, and I deserved it.
Niggas, bitches get fucked every day.
Is that so?
Yeah.
Yeah, I believe you for sure. I just want to know more details. I want to know like how does the finesse take place? Yeah.
How does it take place?
Yeah, like what was the last time that this happened to you?
I've seen him take a girl straight from her boyfriend at a show once.
Right in front of him.
Yeah.
See, that's why you might need a gun.
Nah, some niggas be honored on some sus shit. Like, yo,
take
me and
my girlfriend.
Yeah, like.
That's happened to you?
Yeah.
Really?
Not no fake little B shit. Like, niggas genuinely like, yo, you can fuck my girl. And so, like, when they're fucking their girl, they're probably going through some sick shit in their head. Like,
yeah.
When I give them back.
Dude, he's probably a child molester or something if he wants fucking some hot model dude to fuck his girl. That's weird.
Yeah, it's whatever.
There's something good about getting beat up, though. I gotta tell you guys. I've gotten jumped before, and it's like a real, like, when you realize, like, oh, I got jumped and I'm fine. It's like, it's such a relief. Like, fuck, I can do anything now, you know?
I got jumped into a gang in 7th grade.
Wow. What gang? What is the name of the gang?
Should I tell them?
Yes.
What are you talking about?
Arhini and John and Nestor.
Oh, God. All those. Okay.
The 3 biggest Mexican kids in our middle school.
And they decided they wanted you.
Because I taught them how to skateboard. I gave them 3 of my old skateboards. I used to save my skate decks.
Uh-huh.
And I just really looked up to them because they were like the hardest kids in the school. And I was like, they liked me because I wore women's jeans and I wore like tiny T-shirts.
So this was rare at the time?
Yeah, and I was skateboarding and they were just like, I don't know, they liked me. And then I told them that we should all go skate one day. I'll teach them how to skateboard.
And they decided to jump you into their gang.
And so we became so close. I taught them how to skateboard. And then, I don't know, one day in the locker room, they just kicked my ass, jumped me in the locker room.
How bad?
It wasn't that bad. This was 7th grade, so, I mean, there wasn't, like, I don't think it's, like, high school jumping in.
Right.
That's the difference.
Because you're not a full-grown man yet. That's like the scary thing about fighting is when dudes are big enough to knock each other out.
Yeah, I got punched once in the face, fell, and then it was, like, little kicks to the back.
Because it's hard to jump
arm.
somebody. Like, when someone's down on the ground, curled up in a ball, it's like, where do you hit them?
Especially in middle school, it's like kids.
Yeah.
I mean, nowadays maybe, but
in the gym, it's more about like theatrics. So you're kind of showing up. Were there other people around observing this?
Yeah.
Well, that was a stupid move for these gang members. Then
it was right. It was right. In
never
the
leave a
entrance of
witness.
the locker room. It was
damn.
And then we would just wear oversized purple T-shirts.
That was the theme of the gang.
Yeah.
Did the gang just kind of fizzle out, or did you have to like?
Honestly, I have no idea. It just.
I wonder what happened.
We graduated middle school. Yeah.
I don't know.
No, one of them works at LA Fitness, Arhini, and he does like those pop-up tents in the parking lots where they try to get you to sign up.
Wow.
At the Elsinore one by Tesla?
Yeah.
So when you see somebody like that, do you kind of have a little feeling of like, gotcha, bitch?
I still miss those kids. One time I took them skateboarding and we were doing this like skating this force there under a roof. And one of them, for some reason, just ollied so high, like his first week skating, he hit his head on the roof and knocked himself out.
Wow. Don't you wish you had footage of that? Imagine how many retweets you get off that.
Yeah.
Whoa, you got it? Send it through, bro. Damn. That's crazy.
Start filming these.
What else I got here? So you said in an interview that you want to break out of the youth category. Do you feel like that's kind of like held you back, just the fact that you're so young and that you're in an industry or a category of fashion where you're expected to be older and stuff?
I don't know. The youth thing, I think that applies to all the, the teenagers and all the young kids just starting brands, spur of the moment, just to match whatever's trending on social media, trying to get some money. But when you get attached to that certain crowd, it's like the people that I really want to notice, the people that I'm really like aiming to please, is those people aren't taking me seriously.
Right.
If I want to do a runway show with designers that are in their 50s and 60s, when I'm just titled as like youth, I'm just I get considered as another one of those brands, to where I'm really trying to do something different on a whole nother level. Like I really want to do a runway show. That's pretty much the goal.
Do you look at HBA as being like the example of somebody who was able to go from the graphic tee thing to like transcending that? Is that like a good example of?
Yeah, that's actually a really good example, because I mean they did start with just the same thing I started with: t-shirts, long sleeves, maybe hats. Everyone starts there, but then they transition to full runway shows.
Right.
They're doing like crazy cut and sew collections. So.
And so, do you have anybody in the industry besides a present company who you kind of like talk to about, because that's such a complicated path to like take yourself from something that is basically like a streetwear brand, basically a t-shirt brand, and then like take it to a whole different level? Are there people you consult with or anyone that you consider like a mentor?
My friend Virgil Abloh, he does a brand called Off-White, and it's nice talking to him too because he started with, you know, Pyrex, which was t-shirts.
He's another example of somebody who's sort of transcended all that.
T-shirts and, you know, those type of items, and he transitioned into like a crazy transition into this brand Off-White, and it's full collections, you know, showing in Paris and all that, you know, style.com, all that. So it's like whenever I have a question, that I just go to Virgil because I can actually trust him.
You introduced him to Virgil?
Did I? I'm not sure.
No.
I don't know.
I don't know how I met Virgil, to be honest.
Everybody just knows him. What
same friend
What
group.
kind of relationship do you and him have? Like
me and Virgil?
Yeah, is it sort of similar? Like
I wouldn't like half of my existence wouldn't be if it wasn't for Virgil. I can honestly say that. As far as like when Virgil was reaching out to me, I was like, "Who the fuck is this?" Kanye's creative director. What the fuck is a creative director?
That didn't mean anything to you at the time,
bro. Nothing at all. Like. I was like, what? So then I was like, oh, all right, this is cool. Like, you get what I'm saying?
Right.
And it was Bari who used to fucking love Virgil because, like, he was always new, like, creative direction, blah, blah, blah. And it's like, all right, this is a nigga that I look up to. It's like a chain effect. Like, I looked up to Bari that much the same way, like, over half the kids who look up to Bari, they look up to him because I look up to him. They don't even know why. It's like, oh,
they sort of follow the chain up.
Yeah, that's what it was until you actually genuinely get to, like, appreciate that person. So I was fucking with Virgil based off Bari. I didn't look up to him, but then he taught me what a creative director was, which I am now, whatever, and like just teaching me the ropes, like really like breaking his back for me when like people were scared to fuck with me based off like they wouldn't know what honestly I would do.
Virgil's very involved, like with everyone around him. Like you know, a lot of the big designers that kids look up to, and Virgil's one of them. It's like we have no source of contact with them. I mean, me and Ian met Raf Simons for the first time in Paris.
How did you meet him? Was that through Kanye or was
that was
just
through Rocky?
No, hell no.
Okay.
Rocky
brought us to Raf's show in Paris in January, and then we just met him. That's it. Like, there's no way to get a hold of him, you know, unless you're a close friend, which we are not.
Right.
But Virgil, like, he's very in touch with the kids who look up to him, as well as the people who, you know, might need advice or something like that. So he's like a father figure to most people, or like a big brother.
That's dope. Yeah, what's like a typical day like for you? Do you have a routine? You seem like you don't have a routine at all.
Fuck no.
He's
not
got
even
no
close.
routine.
Do you have any kind of routine going?
I mean, right now, I'm kind of all over the place, but I do try to wake up early, get some work done, you know, handle all my emails. Me and my brother ship all the orders just from my crib.
Right.
And then after that, I pretty much just do whatever the fuck I want.
What would like the kind of stuff that you would do on an average day of just fucking off and doing whatever you feel like? Where you go to the beach, you like go to the mall? Or
Shane doesn't go to the beach.
I go to this store called
like
Wasteland.
What's that?
Almost every day.
What is
It's
it?
like,
No, I don't think so.
Oh,
all right,
it's
so
fire.
it's basically like the Goodwill, but it's strictly like couture or designer clothing.
Vintage,
Really?
like good shit.
So yeah, I go in there every day just to make sure I'm not missing any old Raf undercover. But I pretty much find something every day.
You thrift there exclusively, or just like all kinds of different places?
There and online.
Yeah.
Japanese
Are you
auctions.
still motivated by that kind of stuff? You still spend a lot of time looking for clothes?
Yeah, of course.
What drives you to just, you have to do that to stay interested in what you're wearing?
No, it's natural. It's like, I love clothes. Like, that's my everything.
Right.
Like, my clothes are literally my everything. That's not sounding like cliche or like, I love clothes because a lot of people, it's like a trend for them.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like how Shane went through like his stay dirty phase.
Right.
But now like Shane is more in touch with like himself. And Shane will always be like this. He probably wouldn't be wearing like these cuts in the elbows when he's 30 and stuff. But these same designers and such. Like the same way with me with Supreme. I'll still wear Bots logo. I don't want to make it to 30 or 40 or anything like that, but just say if it did happen.
If you did somehow live to 30,
I would still probably wear Bots logos, but I wouldn't be wearing it in such like a flashy way, like, yo, I'm cool as fuck. Look at this Bots logo. It'd just be more casual.
So you think your personal style, like the way you dress right now, is very much like is representative of where you're at in your life right now? Like, do you think about clothing that deeply, as in like your outfit kind of represents the way that you feel that day?
Yeah.
Of course.
Oh, like completely.
That's the most important.
So give me an example. Like you're feeling very like light and carefree, and like you're having a great day. Does that mean that you're more likely to dress in colors or wear something white? Or
yeah, exactly. And like today, say for instance, I was skating, so I have on like my Palace sweats, and I was like had my shirt off with a hat like to cover my hair and shit. And then like I was coming here, so I was like, all right, I want to wear like this cool sweater, but still keep on these same pants. Like it's times where I'd be late for things, but I'm like, no, I don't like what I have on. I'm not feeling this right now. Like I just get stressed. It's to the point where it's like it takes a whole emotional toll on me.
Really?
Mentally, everything. Like
you don't like your outfit? If I don't like my outfit, I'll go straight home.
You have a similar issue from day to day?
Yeah.
Is it not just because for me?
It's a lot of times where I leave the house comfortable in what I'm wearing, and then about an hour later, I'm like, nah, I gotta change right now.
Yeah.
Do you guys have a lot of issues with like the heat? Because I feel like that's the fucking shittiest part about LA. You can't wear like jackets and stuff half the time because it's too hot.
Still wear jackets.
We wear jackets regardless.
Yeah.
Do you guys have low body temperatures or something? Maybe I'm doing something wrong.
Nah, I feel like it's a mental
I think
thing.
I do.
It's not a mental thing at Ham on Everything. Are you in like a crowded ass warehouse and you got a jacket on?
Yeah, I don't care.
I'll still be wearing the hoodie.
Yeah, the hoodie.
You still rock it?
I'll wear a trench coat at Ham on Everything parties.
Yeah.
But are you sweating to death under there and you just don't care?
Nah, I don't feel as if I sweat.
Sometimes, I mean, shit.
Maybe I'm really just showing my fucking fat old age
I
right
can
here.
Nah, like I just
so hot.
I don't know. I feel like I said, it's an emotional and a mental thing. So like you don't think of shit like that. Like I honestly don't think about
As
the
long
weather.
as I have a cold beer, I'm alright.
Yeah. See, now you guys are making me think about if it's
Go
like
ahead, product placement real quick. A cold
Tecate. $15 for a 12-pack, yeah. See, now you're making me think of if it works the other way, too, where, like, I wear black all day, every day. I don't know at what point in my life I just decided I was going to wear all black, but maybe that makes me feel darker and more negative, whereas, like, if I wore light colors every day, maybe it would just, that would impact my mental state.
That's very true. I wear black head to toe every day.
Yeah.
For the most part.
Have you had any, like, recent fashion inspirations, like somebody that you just saw that really, like...
Yeah.
Does that happen a lot to you guys? Do you just see people that
I look up to the
you?
Japanese.
Really?
The Japanese, like, crust punks or, like, the anarcho punks, those dudes, they got it down. They got it dialed.
Yeah.
They just be putting crazy shit around their waists, like, whether it's pouches or, like, if you ever heard of a bum flap, it's like this little keychain thing and the patch. So that's what I'd be on right now.
You've been rocking butt flaps?
I don't have one. I'm making one.
Nice.
And I started making my own patch pants, like the crust pants.
Hell yeah.
That shit takes so long. It took me 3 days to do like half of a leg.
So you're really into like the punk image and stuff, but do you feel that that's like a weird position to put yourself in because so many whack ass people have kind of like been ripping off punk stuff for the past few years?
Yeah, I mean that's frustrating. That's like the most frustrating thing about it is that those people that are, you know, anarchy this and that don't really, you know, they probably live with their parents and they have to be in by 11. So like, how could you even rebel against anything at that point? But I don't know. I just stick to what I like, and regardless.
Let's see what we got here. Oh yeah, so Ian, I want to talk to you about your relationship with the media, because on one hand, you seem like you really just have a lot of animosity towards a lot of different media outlets, but then on the other hand, like you'll do something like that Complex interview that obviously probably got a lot of people to find out about you for the first time. Has that been your experience, or?
I don't fuck with the media, like that, based off of my social, like the social media, wherever, like everything that you want to hear, you can get it from that. Like I'm always gonna speak my mind. I'm always gonna take that picture or however I'm feeling. It's not like, oh, like let's go with this wave on my Instagram or blah blah blah. It's like whatever I'm seeing in my head, if I could capture it, then I will. Whatever I'm thinking in my head, and I can word it the way I do, then put it like that. That's where if you want to find out blah blah blah, get off that until I delete it or whatever. And as far as like Complex and like other social media like outlets and stuff like that, I don't like fucking with them because like I feel like they're not appreciative. Like it's just another story for them for some more views.
Is that your feeling? Because that's the weird thing about Complex. Like, you'll do that
He's done a lot
for
more interviews than I've ever.
But then at the same time, like, they're posting weird shit about you, like, little, like, gossipy-ass articles, too.
Yeah, like, I stole some kid's hat in London.
Yeah.
I gave him 40 pounds.
Yeah,
and
that's what they missed, that Ian threw. Well, you threw it at him.
Yeah, I gave him 40 pounds, and he's like, no, fam. All right, I'll give you the hat if you wear my hat, because he had his own little brand. I was like, all right, I'll take the hat. Like, it was cool. And it's like, bro, just like little bullshit like that. It's like, all right, you guys are just looking for a fucking story, and like, I understand that's your job, but like, don't get me into that shit, because at the end of the day, you're not gonna get shit besides like damage pit to your shit. Like, I'm gonna fucking blackball you as much as I can. Right. So with me doing that complex interview, it's like I did that based off the lady who did it. She had just interviewed Rocky and Chase, and they was like, yo, she's good people. She's gonna make sure like that you're straight. You get what I'm saying? So I was like, all right, I'll do it, and I was just in the mood to do it at the time. Anyway, it's like a lot of good shit was happening at that time or whatever. So I was like, all right, like let me put that out into the world. But besides that, it's like as far as magazines and all that, like I turn that shit down most of the time based on like I really don't necessarily like give a fuck.
Right. I've turned down everything that involves video.
Besides this.
Yeah, this is like
because you've never done a podcast type interview either, right? Boom. This is like the LA Breakfast Club,
bro.
I
got asked to do the 100 Streetwear movie that's going to premiere at Sundance.
The Streetwear movie. What is that exactly going to be like?
No shade to the hundreds or anybody, but basically, I think they're curating a movie with. They sent me a trailer, and basically it involves like all the main like streetwear heads. You know, fucked with Eric Brunetti and I think Stussy Supreme might have segments, and like, you know, the other all the Fairfax brands.
In New York.
But they asked. I was actually invited to do it by Mega from Black Scale, who I very much look up to. But they wanted to video me, and I got too scared.
Wow, you feel weird about being on camera?
Yeah.
I can't believe I got you guys and that this major motion picture couldn't
That's why I wouldn't have done this without him.
Yeah,
without Trevor, because I don't feel comfortable.
He's your spirit animal. And I wouldn't have been able to get you guys without him. So it's weird. I got like two friends, like Trevor and Xavier, and that's who every interview, like I got Gangsta Boo through him, basically. Actually, I ran into her at the bar, but I know her through
beer,
him.
so this is making me feel better.
You guys want to check with this vodka or what? Ian, you been drinking much lately?
No, I actually haven't gotten drunk
only
in
time,
like a month.
The last time I seen you drunk was when Wiz took us to some club. And Ian was just drinking straight from the bottle before we got there.
Yeah, I don't.
And he put his headphones in and put on Morrissey and was just screaming Morrissey lyrics in the club.
Let me ask you this: is it weird, like you in LA right now? You're walking around with Shane and stuff. You probably have people come up to you all the time and shit. But then when you're with Wiz, it's like you're part of the entourage, and just motherfuckers are losing it about him, right?
No,
is that weird for you?
Nah, it's not. No, not these cigarettes. I can't fuck them. Where is she? Huh? All right.
Anybody got cigs?
Give me. I really need a cigarette. Nah, it's not based off. I already had my own name. You get what I'm saying? Like, I was already so big in youth culture, so it's like I'm not saying like I'm equal to him, but like as far as if it's a young kid that comes up to him, he's asking both of us for a picture. But if it's like an old lady or like a woman, like I don't. Like, they're paying attention to Wiz, or like they know me through him, or same way with Rocky, or blah, blah, blah. It's like, I don't care.
See, that's the weird thing. You have like manageable level of fame, where the types of people that talk to you are the types of people who at least know somewhat about you. But then like Wiz Khalifa's fame is like the type that is like, he's like in a prison. Like, he can't fucking go anywhere. He can't do shit.
We went to the airport one time
with him
on the way to. We were doing the tour, like heading to Arizona. And all these little girls, like maybe like 8 to 9 years old, had just run up on him, asking for photos. And he did one, and then everyone came, and he had to tell them all no, just because you can't take a photo with everybody.
Yeah.
That's crazy. Just to think that
his fans are crazy.
That's a different level of fame. Would you ever want to be that famous?
Nah, I don't care to.
Yeah.
Like, I just want to keep fucking like my same bitches, and like. I never cared about fame in the first place. Like, that wasn't my focus, but, like, I understand I got to go through certain phases and do certain things to, like, get my point across.
Right.
Not, like, the fame thing, but it's, like, as far as, like, oh, yeah, let me clear that thing up with Shane. As far as youth culture, before people start talking shit when they hear this or whatever, it's, like, I understand completely what Shane is saying as far as, like, all right, for me being king of the youth or blah, 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 and then Shane being, like, literally, like, my right hand. I understand where you're coming from on the whole youth culture thing as far as, like, being boxed in based off, like, all right, like, what separates you from the other kids or whatever. Like, Shane is ahead already. You get what I'm saying? So he's already beyond this whole youth culture thing. With me, I'm building up more kids to actually be like Shane that's in the youth to actually, like, get themselves out that box. Like, you have people like me who actually, like, want to raise these kids, like, to be right and, like, get their mental in check. And then, like, you have the ones like Shane, like, all right, I learned what I have to learn, blah, blah, blah. Let me get on my grown man. He's just maturing. That's it.
So is it important to you, like, or do you spend a lot of time thinking about the effect that you have on kids?
Yeah, it does. Like, it really does. Like, that's why, like, my friends are, like, these 15 and 14-year-old kids or whatever, not based off I have complete control over them, or not based off it makes me feel cooler, blah, 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 because I have control over 30, 40-year-old men. I can make them do whatever the fuck I want.
But those are people that you see, like, potential in?
Yeah, those are based off the kids are the future. Legit. Like, you have to be a kid to mold you into what you are.
Very strong right now.
Yeah.
Ian's. It's comparable to, I mean, I consider him more influential than most people right now. Like, you know,
you could pick out like a handful of rappers.
If I could
maybe.
pick out 4 like influential people as far as style, I would pick Rocky, and then Kanye, and then Ian, and then I guess Pharrell. But
that's crazy to be put in that category. Is that kind of overwhelming for you, or because it all came real naturally, right? It's like the same shit you've been doing for a long time.
It's like, bro, like, I know I had style. I survived off my style. I didn't have looks or anything like that. So it's like, my style is my style, and I know if you take a part of it, it doesn't aggravate me. Like, when Barry and them or everyone, like, it's every fucking day, like, oh, that kid has your hairstyle. Or, yo, you got that on because of Ian. Like, I don't take that as an ego thing, or I just don't, like, call out kids on it because I know. It's like, all right, it's whatever. You get what I'm saying? Like, it's people that I looked up to, like, as far as a Cobain or something like that. Or it's even, I find inspiration off certain kids that I see. They have on something that I wouldn't think. And they don't know based off they look up to me so much, and, like, they try to do their own little thing, and, like, they don't know that own little thing kind of stands out. I'm like, yo, I fucking need that. Like, that's fire. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, like, say, for instance, Escobar, have you ever met him?
Yeah, well, I never met him, but I've seen him.
Yeah.
Caesar Bugatti.
Yeah, Esco. Y'all used to.
I thought you meant DJ Esco.
No,
All right, let's go back in time.
Escobar Rich,
okay.
Blood, skateboarder, whatever, Paru, excuse me, or whatever. Yo, he used to kill it every fucking, every day. He used to dress like he was in the 90s. Like, not the 80s where it's easy, just mismatched patterns, like, actually, like, coordinate shit. You feel me? 2 fake Rolexes, like, just kill it. I was like, yo, this kid is, like, sick. Yo, I used to look up to his style, and he would have never knew. I was like, yo, Esco, I fuck with you, bro. Like, harder than what you know. Like, you had a point in changing up my style.
Right.
You get, like...
There was one day when we were driving to do... There's this magazine called The New Order. And Ian was supposed to model this brand for an editorial to be in their print issue. And we seen Esco just standing by himself on a corner of the street right in front of a liquor store. And he was just looking fly, so we pulled over, got him in the car, and then he ended up doing the editorial with him. And he killed it, too.
Yeah.
That's dope. Does that mean a lot to you to put some kid on like that?
Yeah, it does. Like, now I'm doing my own shit or whatever, and I don't know how to do graphic design, so I, like, Shane, based off, like I said, this is my right hand.
Oh, so you're like the Photoshop wizard of the crew?
He gets it done.
He gets it done. He doesn't seem super confident in his skills.
So, like, I'm proud of Shane every fucking day from what we built up. Like, I'm his first midnight model, from me wearing midnight every day and all that, to what the fuck, like, is going on right now, like, behind the scenes as far as, like, contracts and deals and, like, what's about to happen, like, on a major scale. I'm so proud of that. Basically, I was like, all right, yeah, I helped Shane a lot, but, like, he deserves it. He naturally deserves it. It's like kids like Gianni, I used to be mad at based off, like, he started getting the ego and shit, but he died down, but he always had the talent. So I'm, like, proud of Gianni now. Like, all these kids, I'm living through them, through shit that I want to do, but my mind is so much everywhere, or I just, like, don't have the time based off I have to handle this, blah, blah, blah. And it's like, I'm living through these kids, and it makes me so happy, and that's a part of my legacy. Gianni was making more money than me at one point, like $250,000 off fucking hats, and that's solely based off, yo, like, this kid is it. Like, me co-signing, or Gianni always with me.
Gianni, by the way, did start the dad hat trend.
Really?
100%.
With the
100%.
quotes. Yeah.
Quote unquote dad.
Yeah, in the fashion scene. Like,
you
you can catch miscellaneous shit with the fucking saying in a gas station, but
intentional dad hats.
Yeah, and, like, in the fashion scene.
Do you guys have a business relationship with each other? Like, as in, like, you probably, do you have, like, a management deal with Cardi?
Yeah.
Do you have a similar thing with him or no?
With Midnight and what's going on, yeah. Like, I'm in that, based off we're both in safe hands.
Do you think that it's important for you to, like, when you start working with somebody to make like the financial situation or the legal situation correct?
Now it is.
So it doesn't go bad at some point?
Now it is based off I'm taking care of more people. As far as like my right hand D, who at the shop or whatever, I took him out of Dallas or whatever based off, believe it or not, as far as a fashion standpoint, he has more knowledge than me.
Really?
Based off, he'll sit, instead of me naturally discovering stuff, he goes out his way and watches collections back to back and he's like, oh, that's from 2000. And you saw the way that he looks and his voice, blah, blah, blah. Oh, that's from 2003. Man, I know that. I'm like, oh, word? So before, I never cared to get rich. But now, like, I know I want to make a lot of money so I can start taking care of more and more people or whatever. When I say not necessarily taking care of them, but it's like helping them.
Yeah.
So, like, getting them out of, like, that box that they're in or that little city that they're, like, subjected to.
Right.
The same way, like, Rocky did me, like, flying me across the world, teaching me about different cultures and such.
How'd you meet Post Malone?
He's cool. Like that's not like my
that's not
everyday.
like a right hand man or anything.
Nah, hell no. Like that's my homie. Like that's my friend. Like I'll fight for Post. Like I would defend Post. Like if it's right or whatever. But I fuck with Post. Like I met him he knows me of course through the fashion shit. And then when he was on or whatever, like I didn't necessarily listen to Post's music. I knew a song. I knew that he made it based off it was everywhere. And, like, it was just a natural relationship. Like, we see each other, dap each other, text here and there, some funny shit.
You see Charlamagne trying to violate him?
No, I didn't see it. I heard about it. But, yeah, no, that's fucked up. But, like, that's his job. That's his aesthetic. So it's, like, I'm not about to knock it or whatever. Like, yeah, at the end of the day, it's, like, fucked up. But if that's you, then that's you. Whatever.
Would you get interviewed by Charlamagne knowing that there's a good chance that he would try to cut ass on you?
He can't cut ass on me based off on myself at the end of the day. Like, I'm me. What can you knock? Like, I'm honest. I'm straightforward about everything. Like,
or would you even want to put yourself in the position I'm saying where he would be able to put you on the spot?
Honestly, I would do it just based off of that. Like, I want that. Like, that interests me. Like, what the fuck? Because
it's a new challenge, right? Do you feel like the challenge is what keeps you interested in a lot of stuff within fashion and within business?
The challenge, and on top of that, it's like it's just genuinely interesting to me. Like, I moved to New York from Atlanta. And, like, I was technically fucking homeless when I lived in New York.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? But I knew, like, that's a key to survive. Like, this is life. Like, this is a big-ass world. I'm not subjected to one place. You get what I'm saying? So it's, like, on top of that, like, that shit helped me. So it's, like, I would put myself in situations that genuinely interest me, that affect my mental. You get what I'm saying?
So you're always just looking for new challenges?
Yeah, basically.
You think of life like one big game and you're just kind of trying to see what you can do just for the fuck of it? It's not like a lot of people spend their whole life
isn't a game, but I look at it like that.
Yeah.
I look at it like that, to be honest, but it's not a game.
Because, like, for example, like, I started to think about the podcast thing at a certain point. I was like, yo, this is like a weird little fucking game where I'm just trying to convince, like, different people that I'm interested in to come in.
Well, they told me about the comments, like, oh, they're not even in BMX or blah, 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 blah. It's like, all right, so what? Like, fuck it. Like, this is what interests you, and, like, who knows? Like, out of this, like, anything could happen out of this, bro.
That's the crazy thing is that DMX tries to put you in this little ass box and act like
same way with like underground music. Like, people were talking about, oh, you listen to Xavier, oh, like, keep this. Like, no, nigga, like, who knows? Like, Xavier can't inspire, like, that kid who wants to be mainstream or something like that to be the best underground artist based off he's realizing, like, damn, like, all this shit really is whack. Like, deep down, I really don't like this shit. This is what I like. You get what I'm saying? So, like, through me and me enjoying Xavier Weber, who knows, like, what comes out of it. You know what I'm saying? Like, the next kid, when he's doing the interview, it's like, yo, I actually heard about Xavier through Ian or something like that. So it's like, don't be subjected to one thing. Like, that shit sucks, bro. Like,
I like that. I like the challenge of just trying to piss off as many people as possible that are, like, already fans of you or whatever.
I don't go my way to piss them off.
Right, not to piss them off, but just to stretch the limits of, like, what they think that you are. Like, it's the most frustrating thing when people think that, like, what you're doing right now is what you have to keep doing forever, because the shit I was doing 2 years or 3 years before is nothing like the shit that I'm doing right now, you know?
I think that goes for all of us.
Definitely, yeah. Trevor, you've been kind of quiet. You got any questions you thought up this whole time?
Nah, this is their fucking interview. I have a different interview or something, but nah, this is theirs.
You know what I realized while I was hunting around YouTube today is that Ian at one point got interviewed by the Fat Jew. So I wanted to ask, are you riding with him even though he's been getting prosecuted lately?
Oh yes, I haven't.
They've been hating on him like crazy for stealing everybody's memes. He's like a viral Instagram account.
Oh
with like
yeah,
10
I know
million
that.
or some shit.
Oh, so
They've been
but that's
eating
his
him
account.
alive.
That's
Because
been his.
But he doesn't give credit to like the comedians and shit. That's what they're really getting him for, is that he like steals jokes from people.
He's not stealing. Like, he's opening the audience from. He's never used to tag people from when he had little amount of followers. So why like start now? Like, this is what you've been doing. And of course, based off he has such a big audience, people know where. So those people are going to tag and
eaten alive by him. Yeah.
Like, yo, like, oh, you know about blah blah blah. Same way with music, like. Oh, like, why are you on that? Or whatever. It's like, dog, like, I've been on certain shit. Like, this has been my set. It's just a bigger crowd who doesn't know or, like, you didn't know before. Like, nah, but I fuck with Fat Jew in that interview. It's, like, really kind of embarrassing or whatever.
He's kind of embarrassing it.
Like, that interview is embarrassing, but, like, that's what I signed myself up for. So, no regrets.
Shit. I got to ask this before we ended. What do you guys think of BMX bikes? You have, like, memories since you were a kid of just... all the little boys in the neighborhood. You were hanging out with them.
Yeah,
oh yeah. Me and Trevor used to ride almost every day.
Shane actually put the first edit of all the homies. Fuck, how many homies were in that? 8 of us, maybe.
Right. Let's see.
Of all
if I can name them, it's
like
you,
Tanner, Mark,
me, Mark, Chaz, Chad, Dylan, Cole Murray, Christian.
Yeah, it's just like all our homies, fucking.
Basically, everyone from the small ass town.
Yeah.
And I was the only one who really had knowledge of a video camera or a computer.
Right.
So we
put out
just
a little edit, and it was
made
just
an
like,
edit.
yeah, it was just a little edit. All our homies rode. None of them.
The first scene was me eating shit.
Yeah,
literally.
Fucking out our high school.
No.
Not daily grind eating shit. But
yeah, that happens now.
Yeah, exactly. You don't even know about
Gigi
that.
Allen.
But like,
oh, yo, shout out to Gigi Allen. I would like to see you do more with the Gigi Allen image, bro.
is that the shit that Alex did?
Yeah, I have a friend who made some Gigi Allen inspired t-shirts.
Gigi Allen is from like right where I'm from, so I always will have like a special space in my heart for him.
Scum fuck.
Ian's only relationship to BMX was black man farting on a girl's head in a barn.
I never cared to ride a bike.
But Ian was riding a bike in A$AP Rocky's video, the Angel video.
Right.
Cruising around New York with a hockey mask on.
Yeah.
That is pretty fresh.
Yeah, but Shane had, I know, what are we in 2015 now? Shane had the coaster in middle school. And there's going to be some.
We used to ride around and dig our metal bar ends into cars just for fun.
Yeah.
Wow.
I don't know why.
Hubcap stealing there.
Yep.
So we were little hoodlums. It's whatever.
Stealing tire caps.
Yeah, it's whatever.
You should feel bad.
From nice cars.
That's fucked up.
But yeah, it was sick. There wasn't really like, I mean, we didn't have anything. We just cruised around, did our thing.
I still have all the tricks
jumps.
that I knew how to do back then
Yeah.
now, so that's cool.
Yeah.
Well, that's good to know. What's your best trick on BMX bike?
You got like a
180?
Yeah.
I almost did a 3 outside.
Really? That's pretty good.
I didn't get my right foot on it, but
I've seen Xavier do a 3 before.
Xavier got all the skills now.
We gotta see who could land it first.
Yo, this fucking girl hit me up, texted me, and she goes, "Hey, is it hard to ride on a flat rail and then 180 off?" And I'm like,
yeah.
Are you asking me that because that's Xavier's best trick? And she goes, yes. All right. So we crossed the 1 hour mark. I just wanted to say, is there anything that you guys want to speak on in particular? Anything that we haven't covered here?
John Ross is the future.
John Ross. How old is he?
15.
15.
Yeah.
And I saw
John Ross, Jeremy, Yijun,
Ethan.
Kevin Moon.
Ethan. This kid named Ethan, he's going to be more successful than all of them. He just
Ethan's a little genius.
Yeah.
Should I put up their Instagram pics like as this is going through?
If you want.
Okay.
Fuck yeah.
I want to show love to the 15-year-olds.
We gotta show love to Yijun especially because this kid is 13 and he's probably fucked more hoes than most grown men have.
Hey.
He has a famous picture on the internet of him when he was. Were you 13?
Wait,
or
was that
12?
you with the butt?
Yes.
Yeah.
That's you?
Yeah.
Shut the fuck up. No, it's not.
He got expelled from school for child pornography.
Yeah.
That was really you.
Yeah, Gianni's weird ass brought. Never mind. We ain't
Wait,
gonna talk
am I
about
allowed
that.
to speak on the prostitute?
Yeah, because we get in trouble for that. So let's not
illegal.
talk about
You can
that.
talk about prostitutes. It's all good.
No, it's not.
He lost his
at all.
virginity to a prostitute.
Wow.
To a black
back
crusty
pages.
Hey, a lot.
We
prostitute.
got vids of it.
Yes, that's exactly the photo I was thinking of. Can you just point that
Blur out his face. Blur out
Yo, and
his face. This kid's
There was
face.
actually a police investigation on this, so we got to cut
about
off.
that photo?
Yeah.
Are you fucking
He got
kidding me?
expelled and stuff,
Maybe
so
we
we
won't
might-
show it on camera. We'll just talk about it. I can't believe that's you because I literally I work with a Korean dude or whatever, and I sent that picture to our to our group chat, and I was just like, "Yo, Rob, it's you."
We'll just bleep your name, so it'll be like,
Yeah.
our
I've said it like 18 times, bro.
has a picture of his face on the ass. Our friend Bleep fucked a prostitute when he was 13 from back pages.
And that's her butt.
No,
That's a different-
that's a
Oh, that's a different one. Yo, shout out to Backpage. I still haven't been on it, but I heard great things.
I be
We might just
on
have to
it,
do-
bro. I be on it. I cannot catch one.
Gianni's
bro.
on it,
I'm
though.
watching
They
him
curve
fuck
me.
around.
I've never fucked a prostitute.
You never did that. Me
Nah.
neither, man. That's the one thing that I managed to not do, I think.
I want to, but I just haven't done it.
Yeah, what's holding you back?
I don't know.
You may
It's like-
have and just not known.
Yeah,
Oh,
I know
okay.
I fuck bitches that sell pussy, but I've
Exactly,
never
yeah,
paid
yeah.
for it. I'll
Yeah.
tell you that much.
Yeah, I've been fucking chicks who are
But that's
prostitutes since I was a little kid. All right, shit. So I think Ian's going to guzzle the rest of this vodka. Shane, where can the people catch up with you on the internet?
I pretty much narrowed down my social media to my photography and just strictly midnight shit. But Instagram, Twitter, Shane Avelli, or ShaneGonzales.com.
Okay. And let me see if I can remember.
You got ShaneGonzales.com?
Yep. You know I got domain real estate.
Did you have to pay
Oh,
for that? You have to buy it
shit.
from some other Shane Gonzales?
No, I've been trying to get it for years, like probably since high school, and then one day it just freed up. I copped it for like $7.99.
Yo, in the house that he lived at
Freed
in the
up.
lake, previously before he lived there, it was a Shane Gonzales, which is
Yeah.
weird.
In the lake.
And my
It's like
parents,
the
my
lake that
parents
we
bought
live,
a
like,
house
we-
from somebody named Shane Gonzales.
Yeah,
well,
the-
his
like that-
the
his
kid that
parents
lived
still
there,
live in.
and we actually are kind of friends, but I don't know what happened to him.
Just random.
Wow. So you're living for this other Shane Gonzales as well.
Yeah. Shout out him wherever he is.
We're going to do it
I
for
think
all
he's
the
a
Shane.
professional baseball player now.
So he could arguably be doing better than you.
It's possible.
Right doing a podcast right now somewhere else.
He ain't
doing
living
some
life.
baseball
He ain't
podcast.
living the
But I'm the
finesse
first one that comes up
lifestyle
on
like
Google.
us.
That's all that matters.
Are you? That's very important. When I searched your
checked.
name earlier, that occurred to me as I was like, is this too common a name? Is it not going to pop up?
There is a picture of him in his baseball uniform.
Hell yeah. All right.
checked.
And so if they want to get in touch with Ian Connor, it's Ian Connor's Revenge on the gram.
Instagram
At Jason Derulo.
and Soulja Ian on
Soulja Ian.
Twitter.
You going to help me get Soulja Boy in there?
So, what?
Soulja Boy? You still fucking with him?
Yeah, I like him.
You
Soldier
think-
Boy only cares about his IO Hawks now. He just rides
Yeah.
that board everywhere.
Would he be a good interview or would he be a bad interview because he's so weird?
I think he'd be too quiet.
Too quiet?
Yeah, but Shane's quiet too. You throw him a couple
I don't
beers and
know.
he'll be fine.
It's on and off for him. You never know.
We got to get A-Rab in here with him.
Nah, A-Rap is too cool from what it looks like. It seems like he just on
We
his
gotta
fake
get.
street
What's the
nigga
other
shit.
one that we met?
He may be a,
What's the other one we met that was just Soldier from like Splash Mob or something? He was the one breaking on weed and had the straps.
Yeah,
That's
who was
his-
breaking down weed with guns with Soulja Boy? Everybody.
The first time I went to Soldier Boy's house, I walked in. There was a good, nice sized bag of weed and about 3 guns on the table,
Wow.
and then a life size cutout of Soldier Boy himself.
So now we understand why Ian's rolling around with a strap because he's hanging out with Soulja Boy and
Yeah,
you got him in the
SBC.
mood.
And all the artwork in his house is of himself.
of him. He inspired me. I'm walking around.
And
with
he
straight
watches his own
self-portraits
music
of myself.
videos all day as if he's never seen them before.
Are you serious?
Yeah,
Like, we were
Soulja's
sitting
a
there,
different breed. That's why I
He'll
look
play
up to
his
him.
music
He-
video, and then a scene will come up. He's like, "Oh shit, did you just see that? Did you see that?" And I'm like, "Oh, video from like 4 years
Wow.
ago."
You're starting to make me feel like maybe I should just keep admiring Soulja Boy from afar.
Yeah, yeah,
Soulja Boy's a
that's
legend.
exactly what it
Yeah.
is with me.
Really?
That's what I was like. Let me admire him from afar. It's better that way, so
Right.
I can still have this image of bro. Soulja at one point took over the fucking world single-handedly, bro. Like
Yeah.
no one else in the game did it like Soulja.
That's
bro.
probably
Like,
why he's so weird now. Is
like
because
he was
already
bigger
did
than Drake
everything.
at one point.
Yeah.
Like it wasn't even Drake
Ian
level.
gave him some midnight stuff, and he wore it for he wore the same 2 pieces for 3 music videos straight.
That was a
He was
big look
whipping
for,
those
for
goggles,
midnight,
yeah.
huh?
He was the first one to pop off the goggles.
That's tight.
And another thing is like all those rappers and stuff, like they know who like I don't know on some fashion shit, so like they all want to fuck with me. And it's like better for like Shane. So it's not like after like yo, you
Right.
should wear this. They're like yo, what should I wear or whatever. I'm
Yeah.
like yo, put this on, and like they just have so much faith. Like I can make someone wear a trash bag if I wanted to.
Well, you guys have
Houdini hider.
quite the racket going here. Yeah, and I'm pretty fucking hyped because you two, like, I made a list in my room. I found it today under my bed of like the dudes I wanted to interview for this podcast when I started it, and you guys are both near the top of the list. So I'm just like, damn, I fucking knocked that one out of the park. And yesterday I interviewed Nick Coletti, who has 1 million Vine followers, so that was also cool in its own way.
I have a friend named Kyle Pack, who the first time he met Nick Coletti, he fanned out.
Yes.
And he's been around everybody. He's another designer. He's been around Kanye, Rocky, everybody. But when he met Nick Coletti, this was the first time he fanned out, and he was speechless. He started stuttering.
Vine's a different world.
His face got red.
Nick
He didn't know
Coletti
what
is
to
so
say.
funny on the internet, though, that it's kind of like
Yeah,
makes
that's
sense.
how I kind of felt like how
Kyle
I'm
was
around.
like, you're Nick, yo. He's like, stop, no, you're not here right now.
That's how I felt with Soulja. It's like he's not the same Soulja, obviously, but it's like
you already had him built up so much in your head that it was like, damn, you're different.
So
That's
like,
crazy.
If I'm like around the Drake era, it's like, all right.
Soulja was much cooler the first time I met him.
And then what? He was just totally different the second time?
No, like I'm saying, my image of him was like whatever, and then I met him,
okay.
and I was like, yo, Soulja is the truth.
That's dope.
It's always been Soulja's the truth in my head.
Beautiful. All right. Well, boys, thank you very much for coming through.
Thank you.
Everybody, subscribe to No Jumper on YouTube or SoundCloud or iTunes or whatever. And
bye, guys.
Thank you, Shane. Thank you, Ian. Thank you, Trevor, for hooking this up. Yeah. Thank you, Scott, for filming.
Thanks.
Follow on some shit. Ian's turn. All right. Thank you. Thank you very much. Peace.